They've got some utility to work with as they start to move into ramp. But look at this double stacking sandbags from G2.
Oh, it's being mollied out though. m0NESY smokes it off. So one player can sell their life away. It's hard to choose which one because it's m0NESY and niko in this position. But if one of them leaves the spot, they won't think the second player is there. So it is niko that pushes out first. Assisted by the flash. Ooh. And niko is doing way more than expected here. 2 kills coming through from niko. And they still think sandbags is clear. m0NESY has a chance now to deliver.
Cloud9 trying to sneak in through short, but there's simply no way they check this angle. m0NESY has the position, has the kill in the back, and now G2 will start to rotate back to this A bomb site. And Cloud9 don't have utility. It's so difficult to flush m0NESY out here.
He can just stay back at the sandbags. Strong spot for m0NESY. His teammates all over the show as well. Shiro runs out of ammo, still alive somehow. But in the end, G2 will close the first round.
Perfect pistol from G2. Smiles on their faces. They know they've pulled off a cheeky play there. Yeah.
So G2 getting a pistol here. They can't afford to lose the force buy, but we need to see a much better CT side out of them. And this could definitely help.
Hunter with a double on that MP9. This was a force buy from Cloud9, but it didn't look like it. They got absolutely destroyed in this one. Comfortable.
Trust your instinct, xantares, that's right.
Back yourself, xantares. You're right in this scenario. All right, well, Cloud9, only 2 kills on the board so far. This is the gun round. And they might want to activate Axile early towards B, but they're not going to get the chance to. Pretty passive hold from G2 here. How often do you see a kill with a flash? Like, that is so rare.
Yeah, it's so rare. Absolutely, but G2 with 3-0 lead already. Weaker guns kept into this. Would be an absolute bonus if they could pick this up. And Cloud9's initial move is to get Axel up towards the wood, and he actually takes damage from the fire. JKS and xantares need to prepare themselves for a possible B play here.
Smoke up from JKS. He wants to retake this control with his teammate, but Axile already flashed in. Can't win the fight against xantares.
Yeah, good kill on the back way though from Shiro, but xantares delivering with the MP9. He's even got the rotation in, but he doesn't need it. xantares taking him down with a SMG of all weapons, and now the Tech 9 pulled out. xantares just stopping them from entering the B site single-handedly, dishing out kills, but navi has come back into it. It's a round of the in-game leaders, and niko wants to bring the stars back into play. He'll go around CT. navi, low on health, commits to the bomb plant now. And niko stays composed. He knows he's got to be favored in a clutch. And you're going up against navi. And navi's going to slither back to quad. He's got the right read and the type of position niko will want to come back in from, but that incendiary is going to force him into the open. And that's a kill with a molly. That's what it looks like. xantares holds the B site. niko wins the clutch. navi does his best, but Cloud9 yet to pick up a round.
Yeah, nice round from niko at the end, but that's all about xantares on that B bomb site. They get him back into position in time, and every now and then, xantares seems to step up with a play like this, where he has a ridiculous round. He stays alive for so long here, even pulling out the Tech 9. Seem a little more focused on the B side of the map right now. I mean, surely xantares doesn't quad kill you again.
Well, this guy's got a better gun for it. He's just trying to show off his new weapon. No longer the rat-a-tat-tat of the MP9. Trying to pull the initial attention towards him so that JKS will have some time if they do commit into B, but navi's going to molly him out again. JKS cannot just keep standing in that spot.
Has a smoke at least, but it's still scary here. Needs assistance.
He does need help to come back now. xantares going to make that rotate in. m0NESY's off, drifting over to the side of the map as well.
This stack is brutal. 23 seconds for Cloud9 here.
And not a lot of time, but a great shot from Axel, but there's still 2 players to cleave out of the site here. xantares and JKS. JKS barely still standing at quad. Once again, xantares delivers a great kill from the position. JKS still alive, still ticking at the back of the site, but time is ticking, and just enough of it to get that bomb down. Hunter moves in. He won't deny the plant, but he will win the round. Shiro falls, Hunter swoops in, and G2 have another. They're kicking this CT side off entirely differently than the last time they clashed.
Yeah, this is the complete opposite. It is dominance from G2. They are on fire with the
strong on. They struggle to get involved on VERTIGO. Where does that leave them here in this series? HooXi has been a beast towards B. He's been good in this RMR. And he's continuing that performance here against CLOUD9. m0NESY, a really popular position for the AWP, and you can see why. Goes in, gets out. Another kill added to the tally here for G2, and lots of time to play with. CLOUD9 down to 3 players. Smoke and a flash left on Buster, 2 decoys, and a Molotov. That's all they have left here, CLOUD9.
Might be a round where you look to Shiro to try and get a pick for the team, but there's no reason for G2 to fight unnecessarily. They can sit back in favorable angles, and it is so hard for that T-side AWP to get a pick on this map. The ramp group up is the attempted answer here for CLOUD9. They need something special to get into this round. Wallbang not quite on the right angle. And m0NESY has been hard scoped on this position the entire time. This feels like a Hail Mary for CLOUD9 at this point, but they decide to go for it. 32 seconds. They move into sandbags.
Oh, nice shot from m0NESY yet again. Chimes in. Just Shiro and Hobbit now left. 20 seconds left. Just floundering at this point. G2 is giving them no mercy. So clean from G2. World #1 looking like it.
Looking so good right now. CLOUD9's default is not working. The opening moves in the round working out for G2. They win their fights on both sides of the map. m0NESY catches Nafany. You know that Nafany is going to try and make those plays on ramp. Ahead of the rest of the team, he goes down. And just some solid flashes. It's so late. Can go back to a standard round. We haven't really seen the work towards ramp in this one. Got to expect that from CLOUD9 at some point. And Shiro has found that opener. That's what CLOUD9 were looking for.
You can vote over on Blast.tv. Get involved in the polls. Shiro holds down the bottom of the ramp. Picked up an opener. niko trying to force the issue on him. He just gets into a really dangerous spot. But he's got the ramp control for now. They're forcing CLOUD9 further and further back. And now they try to cross over the smoke, and that is punished eventually by Hobbit.
Need a clean conversion here from CLOUD9. There's no excuse not to win this round once you get up into this 5-on-3. HooXi has played over towards A in this one. Boost up. He's got to be ready for this. Oh, Shiro, the man that finds the angle instead through the smoke. And now CLOUD9 have this one locked in.
Yeah, finally, Shiro arrives to this game. The menace against G2 in the previous series, the previous head-to-head. He comes out looking good. In this round, at least. G2's fire streak of 7 in a row is finally brought to an end. It's important for CLOUD9 to get onto the board here. You don't have a lot of residual cash left over, so they can't really send out too many people on this hunt, or anyone at all in that matter. So m0NESY and JKS saving their weapons. 7-1 the scoreline. It's really important for CLOUD9 in this series if they want to qualify in this series over G2. That VERTIGO gets picked up. You know, they're one of the best teams in the world on this map, especially on that T side.
I think most people would say the best based on their results. I'm sure G2 right now would be saying otherwise.
Yeah, they want to come through in a bit of a statement performance.
I mean, it just makes it more impressive, though. CLOUD9's win rate on this map is ridiculous. I want to see the second shot from Shiro. What does he see? Ooh, just a little over the top of this.
He's still sticking around. It haven't discouraged him to push him away yet, but that will. Hobbit forcibly removes m0NESY from play. HooXi will take the weapon of the AWP, slink on back to safety. Now just over a minute left here. 3 players in ramp, a more standard Cloud9 Vertigo round here. Having some presence in mid, and now slowly taking the ramp together. niko helped out by that smoke from his teammate on the site, but niko's also taking nade damage. Great rounds here for Cloud9 in terms of the utility. Oh, and the boost, they have to cancel it now. He made a lot of noise.
At the same time, though, Cloud9 might realize it's 3 players on this A site. They force niko back. They haven't caught him, but Hunter swings in, and that kill could be the go signal.
How has niko got out of that? That is crazy. Great work to get niko out at least, but they're losing players left and right for G2. And now they've lost the round. Cloud9 have settled into the game now. That's a much better round. Much more of the T side we're used to seeing from them. And the utility, I mean, it does help, but you can take the 2-star players out of G2, take them down to 30 health, remove Monacy down to 10 without even seeing them.
I mean, it's what Hobbit said, right? If you go up against G2, he wants to beat them with team play rather than their individuals. Definitely felt like Cloud9 did so effectively in this round. Axel's got to make sure he gets away from the bomb. He's on 1 health.
This time they are hunting JKS. They're close enough to him on the stairway here. JKS didn't give the steps. The bomb blast covers them off. Buster accelerates, catches JKS, and no mercy to G2 in this one.
Despite such a strong start for G2, the money will start to run dry. And yeah, Hunter, I mean, he commits to help his teammate get back, but then decent nade from G2 this time.
Axel's always going to try and pose a threat over towards B, but finally Monacy will start to chime in again. G2 weren't able to compete in terms of getting the kills through in the last 2 rounds here. But now they find the opener. Just over a minute left. Cloud9 start to drift back over towards A. You are going to see the slow, tentative T side from Cloud9. They don't mind using the clock to its fullest extent. Take the ramp. That smoke that they so famously popularized. And Hobbit, he goes towards short, but Monacy's waiting for him. He's not happy with just the 1 kill in this round. He wants a lot more from it. Good flash to remove niko. He's been caught in that common position a few times now. Starting to be aware of the setup, and they're cutting it down piece by piece here, Cloud9. They're up 1. 25 seconds. The rotation's starting to come in. Monacy needs to deliver massively here if G2 are to flip this round back in their favor. xantares rotates over, and the kills are coming in. Finally, Axel and Shiro take out Monacy, and xantares and JKS is so far removed from the equation. But he is coming back. He's going to give this a go for now, at least. But no one's offering themselves up. Cloud9 drop back and play the post plant together.
Kit on the floor needs to pick that up as he moves in here.
Not a whole lot of utility at all for JKS. And Shiro connects, so no issue there for Shiro. Monacy does his best to make it competitive, but Cloud9 starting to get into the groove of things. This T side is starting to look strong.
Yeah, there's a really good flash, and then Hobbit just catching Hunter, trying to reposition on the bomb site. Risky.
Consistently figuring out the positions, the tendencies they like to play. And they're making it really uncomfortable. G2 are going to have to adjust to that, because you can't have niko and Monacy just keep going out of these rounds early on ramp. Cloud9 are outplaying them without them even getting a chance to fight.
Yeah, G2's individuals started so strong, but now they're not getting those same fights. niko was 9-0 at one point. Hasn't got a kill since.
I mean, it's the key, right? I mean, we asked the question, Neo asked the question in the interview before this game started. He asked Hobbit, how do you deal with the likes of niko and Monacy? And Hobbit gave him the answer. It was the team play, the preparation, and the utility that has been catching them out. Axel stepping in mid. Here's that rotation coming in. He's going to crunch around through the backside. This is something Axel is very comfortable doing, is getting the mid timings, lurking out mid, and trying to be the closer of the round, but xantares reads it. Turns back in time. Axel unable to activate effectively. And it's now 3 versus 4. Hunter can flip this one back if he gets the chance over the top. It's one on Buster. Second kill nearly lined up for him, but Daphne sends the bullet through. xantares causing a couple of problems. Still standing here at a 2v2. Has to be the retake for G2.
Smoke was aggressively deployed towards the short side so they can fully focus on ramp here.
And Hobbit is wielding the AWP. It's Shiro on the rifle, and Hobbit connects the shot on JKS. HooXi fights back, but the time is starting to tick, and Shiro is not giving up his life. He stays on the ramp, he stays covered off, and peeks up at the right time. 5 in a row for Cloud9.
Yeah, Shiro knew he's in a strong spot there with the time low on the bomb. He can just sit crouched. No need to peek until someone forces you to. It was a good effort from G2 there to try and bring it back. HooXi with a good play to try and make it competitive, but it's just too strong for Cloud9 in the post plant. Those initial kills were really strong for them. And even when HooXi gets this kill, time at the end, it was 7 in a row for G2, now 5 straight back from Cloud9, and pistols for G2 in this one.
Lots to figure out for HooXi. CT setup has been figured out. We'll have this round to sit back and watch on as his brain probably whirls through a couple of different outcomes. Maybe some solutions. This round's not going to go well for G2. 2 kills kicked off. Shiro through the smoke. niko down again. Anthony overwhelmed. Monacy! Oh, Monacy! With the money shot on 3. The Deagle just strikes, and suddenly a chance for G2 to win the round. Under a minute left. And when you pack the skill of Monacy into one player, there was always a chance for G2 to win a round. So much time for Cloud9 to try and figure out how to sail forward, but the bomb is in his hands. He's got it locked in at the bottom of the ramp. He's got the AK-47 and the Kevlar alongside the health. Hunter's got an AK now as well. The odds shift in G2's favor to win this one. And Monacy close to the next kill. What a round for Monacy so far. But he has to be left down to Hunter. No ace from Monacy. But he set them up on the pedestal, and Hunter sends it home. What a round.
Monacy makes magic happen. There's no way he should be getting anything out of that position, let alone 3 kills. That's the first quick transfer. Oh, it's so clean.
Lightning, when it strikes, brings an end to them all. Monacy with an incredible play. And the Deagle out of nowhere surprises Cloud9. He's not there this time, though.
Solid utility from G2 this time, doing a bit of damage. But I think they have given up on this ramp control now. Or have they? Hunter wants to hang around here. Just sticking around on this angle. Cloud9 again, so happy to run down the clock. G2 have still stuck with 2 CTs towards B. JKS flashed in, but not able to win the fight.
"30 seconds. Cloud9 are running this clock down real low. Not a lot left on the fuse. HooXi, he's connected another one from this B hold. He's drifting Monacy back over to the site. There's no pathway here for Cloud9. No pathway to victory, only death. As Monacy delivers again. And this is what happens when you actually have Monacy available to play within the round. When Cloud9 haven't knocked him out straight away. G2 back to winning ways. 2 rounds back to back. G2 versus Cloud9 so far has the potential to be the best game of the RMR, and Shiro swings towards stairs. HooXi caught trying to get aggressive. An opening for Shiro found for Cloud9 that can play the rest of this round in the 5v4.
niko moving up close on ramp. We've seen these spams be so good. Hobbit is very wary of this position, but niko wins the fight. Low on health here, could be hard to get away.
Yeah, realizes some control is needed.
Oh, he got naded.
Runs on down, he's somehow still alive, and because he's wounded, he takes a risk. He gets set up, he pushes down the ramp, but it's not just niko. They come in pairs, and Hunter's here as well. Straight through the smoke, Shiro stood no chance. And he steals that kill away. And he's nowhere to be seen. If they hunt back, he's already gone. Under a minute left now as Cloud9 have a puzzle to figure out where do they put the pieces. Monacy's decided he's going to drop behind them. Down the ladder he goes. He might start to activate a flank with an AWP. They've got them pinned. They've got them trapped. Monacy can't be the first player to make the move, of course, so we'll wait on the contact. Oh, Hunter's about to be burned out. Well, he actually gets out of dodge.
He
manages to get across, and they don't hold it. They don't watch for the walkout. That nade might take him, though, and it will. Right on top. Now Monacy makes the move behind, and here he goes. Monacy connects on Axel. That's the bomb dropped, and Buster left in the 1v2. Bomb loose on the ramp. And Monacy's even thrown some utility into the equation, and that has actually helped Buster out because he immediately smokes it, picks up the bomb, and runs to the only pathway, but it's not safe. JKS.
Team play will still be strong too, but those moments were incredible. niko on the lurk with this P250, just making sure they don't lose ramp. His teammates will come back to join him here though, and Shiro is just playing for info right now. Would need a banger shot to get this kill. And Shiro jump peaks.
Yeah, Shiro just jumping, and will fall back once he sees the amount of forces here, and Shiro does get away. There's always a chance there that his head gets pinged off, but he is able to drop back, and he will start to call for more help because he was here alone. Definitely needs his teammates to come over. This would be a horrible position to hold alone.
Only a single smoke here for G2. So they can't go for the full site execute. That will leave one of these gaps open for fights.
Smoke into the site. NaVi is given a small chance before the smoke comes up, but it's Axel who actually takes the kill from it. And Cloud9 just swinging through. They don't want to let that bomb go down, so they deny it. niko, JKS, and HooXi fighting back, though. And G2 now stand with a player advantage, but no bomb plant. And that's got to feel uncomfortable. You're constantly having to take a player out of commission just to put the bomb down. And finally, G2 will do it.
They've got it down, and it's the two dualies, but HooXi's trapped on the site.
And Hobbit wants to get close. The Jewel Berettas go on in. HooXi no longer with us in this round. And niko peeks up, gets confirmation. No one is sticking that defuse, but Axel wins that with the Julies. There's absolutely no way he should go away with that. And JKS gets flanked on around the backside. Hobbit locks it in, and Cloud9 have the pistol round in the second half.
That's fantastic from Cloud9. They step up on an individual level. Axel getting the initial kill with the dualies. Looked like the push came just before the smoke bloomed. And then they realize HooXi's on the site. We can get this first kill. Brings it into a 2-on-2, but this one, long range against niko's P250. So well handled by Axel. Hobbit able to do...
Called to drift back. He's looking for info, spamming down that wood, and HooXi not drawn into the fight yet. Just patiently waiting. niko has that molly, and that would put Axel in an uncomfortable position, force him wide into multiple players running him down, and his teammates have all left. The B side's completely open for grabs if they can get Axel.
This looks so good for HooXi. In a great position here. Molly comes in. HooXi ahead of the game. Axel needs to step up. He gets one, but he burns alive.
Yeah, a quick rotation, and HooXi doesn't get much done from his advanced position. Buster's able to step up. Such an important kill found from Buster. Hunter's still trying to make something of this for G2. Whoa, okay. On the run back through the smoke, connects on NaVi. And suddenly, G2 in a round that looked unwinnable, but Hunter has started to make it happen again. G2 win these ridiculous rounds. Time and time again, they pick them up. It's Shiro on the other side. They're all within one bullet of death on this scout, so it basically becomes an AWP for Shiro. But he wants the rifle instead. No kid on his back, and he feels like no chance. So he'll claim the M4 and drop back to save. G2 with the round picked off the back of Hunter.
What a recovery from Hunter. And these are the sorts of rounds G2 seem to win when they are at their best. It felt like there was no way in for them. But Hunter somehow finds all those fights. The spray through the smoke was ridiculous. And then Hobbit commits into the open. He goes down. These are the most frustrating rounds to play against. And for Cloud9, they've got to make sure they keep in there mentally because now their money is bad.
It looked good for Cloud9 from this point onwards when HooXi doesn't get that initial space, he doesn't get that initial kill, and then Hunter just dropping back, catches this. G2 win so many of these. Most of the work done from the T side the last time they met. This time only salvaging 5 has left them in a really tough spot. They win the pistol in the second half. G2 bite back immediately. It's gotta feel rough right now if you're Cloud9. niko. Ooh, falls to the fairy tale 5-7. NaVi will slip away with Cloud9's advantage.
Yeah, and the Mac-10 almost gets false info there. They send him in alone, but it's not an A stack. There's still players on this B site.
Yeah, G2 is starting to set their sights on this B play. Are they anticipating Axel to be here as well as a rifle? They are still being tentative, and now Hunter's seeing the shadow calls from Odyssey to look at that. Hobbit swings into the open, and all of the kills from G2 come in quick succession. It is just Shiro over here yet again.
They're all tagged.
That's very true. And Shiro will connect to first, the second in! And the information on them being tagged has absolutely come through here. They're gonna dodge away from B and run back to this A site, and HooXi's already here. He's so deep in. Shiro switched to the AK though. If he wins this fight, if he can find HooXi, if he can read that he's deep enough, he can turn this into a 1 versus 1 up against m0NESY. Or he can just get right past HooXi. Oh, he's coming right behind him. Right behind him. HooXi's gonna be executed. Shiro takes him out. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Shiro up against m0NESY. m0NESY's made a right move. His push towards CT. He wants to get the wrap around the back, and Shiro perhaps will not be anticipating m0NESY to come from this side, especially with his plant position. But the tap on the defuse will force m0NESY forward. And what a great read in the clutch from m0NESY. He wins the 1v1.
Oh, it got scary for G2. They commit 2 players into B. Shiro gets both those kills. It makes it much more doable. That deep smoke from m0NESY almost funneled Shiro into a position where he got that ability to catch HooXi in the back. But then m0NESY was such a smart play. The player that planted the bomb, you know, was m0NESY, but you don't know that he's able to wrap around. Brilliant.
Initial start was a lot credited to him. There's 7 in a row they were able to find on the CT side.
Go on, HooXi.
HooXi now gets his opportunity to get his reward, because here's the eco kills. The Mac-10 goes around, had in the stats, looking good for HooXi. Eventually is peppered down by the pistol, and just Hobbit left, shielded by the smoke, but only for a moment as he goes right through it. niko tracks him, and a 13th round.
Want a chance here on their map pick. Look at m0NESY. Oh, so quick.
What an opening. Just straight in. A flash of light and an instant kill on NaVi. G2 giving it a lovely opening. And that has got to make it feel so much easier to play with and call around here for HooXi. They feel comfortable moving through short now. They have an expendable player. niko's hearing the steps, realizes the likely setup. Dishes out death to Hobbit. Couldn't recover for the second on Shiro, but HooXi might get that pleasure. Shiro looks to just stay on the crane. HooXi knows exactly where that piece of utility's been thrown from and snaps back to Shiro's head. HooXi is having a masterclass performance right now. It is so good to see him play this well. And Buster, he's just on the archway of the elevator. HooXi commits to another. Axel has no chance to deal with this. He's so far away. G2 have 14 rounds on VERTIGO.
HooXi again, getting the read to get into position. m0NESY so quick on the opener. That opens up the ability for them to start sneaking in. And Shiro had no idea HooXi had taken such a big risk. And if anything here for HooXi, it's his calling that's so good that's going to stop him from getting the 30 bomb, because he's looking like he could hit it if this game was closer, but it's just so one-sided right now.
This could be a kill for him. More likely Axel wins it. HooXi even got the first shot off. Axel just hits the head though. G2 can sell. G2 are just moments away surely from picking up 15 here. JKS holds the mid aggression. Cloud9 trying to throw something into the works here. JKS handles it. Mauls both of them. Shiro and Hobbit with nothing left to do. Is instead NaVi, Axel, and Buster in the 3 versus 5. And G2 have so much time to play with. They can just slow it down and put no risk into this round at all.
so nice to see JKS still playing with confidence, even if he hasn't had a great game himself. He knows that the best move there is to take that fight like that. That should make this very easy for G2. Careful, Niko.
Yeah, get out of the fire. But they are going into B here, just Hunter. And he's going to find the rifle of Axel. And that's the piece of info they're looking for. Hunter deals with him. Axel couldn't even really have a say about that one. Hunter is having a great map here, especially in the second half. Got the ball rolling for them with that ridiculous Galil round. Monacy locking in the plant. G2 locking in 15.
Yeah, and Hunter is someone we haven't really talked about too much at this RMR. I think he's had a pretty mediocre performance by his standards, but this is the perfect time to step up right here. Qualification on the line in this series. Just the first map for now, but when you do so well like this on your opponent's map pick, you've got to be liking your chances.
You got to be loving this right now.
We've got to remember, Cloud9 did win the previous series 2-0. Absolutely.
Cloud9 have been on the grind.
Again?
And here we go.
No
Monacy,
way.
he got away with it again. It felt like I was watching a replay. But Monacy with the same opening move gets the kill on NaVi. And Shiro realizes we can't just sit back. We have to go and fight this. And that revolves around a risk. And Shiro is now dead because of it. Hobbit caught in the smoke. G2 have had an easy time here on VERTIGO. They have come in and made a statement. Cloud9, people call them the best on VERTIGO. G2 have just played with them.
Axel with nothing to do. It's about to be over. And